Paul, I am stoked to be talking to you about Detective Night Redemption. I swear, you got a knack for playing these type of characters. And I, and I could go as far back as 1990 when I saw Martial Law 2. Like,
oh wow!
I grew up with that genre, so I remember seeing you in that movie. That was the first time I ever saw you. And then 90210, and then One Tree Hill. I can't say enough, man. But
oh, you're so awesome. I mean, you made me feel all like shy and happy at the same time. You know what I mean? That's
yeah, but I gotta say,
I'm red.
this role was by far one of the best ones you've ever done in terms of playing a villain.
Oh, thank you. Wow. Well, listen, I mean, it's a Bruce Willis movie, right? Yeah. So what are you going to do? They were really kind to me. They let me have a lot of leeway. Edward, the director, was super gracious. And whenever I asked if I could try something, he always was open to it. So it was one of those moments where you go, I mean, I don't know. I mean, every time I think about this movie, I think about, there's probably 10 moments in there where I'm like, did that just happen? Like, you know what I mean? You come out of your character and kind of look around like you've been living like a sleepwalker, another person, you know?
But what's great about this is like, I'm used to you playing, you start out as a likable character, like just like Ricky did here. You know, he doesn't seem like a bad guy, but then the true colors finally come out and you just unleash it, man. And here you did no different. And I felt like I said, this was like one of your best ones because here you play a total mastermind. And
right. But look where it came from, though. Look why. I mean, he had a tremendous personal loss, right? So it really drove his character to going to that place. So it's a justified, transition, right?
Yeah, exactly. I feel like some villains are just like, either over the top or they're generic. They do it for, little small petty things. But that's what I liked about your character. It was like so developed well.
Oh, and, wow.
Kudos goes to Edward and Corey for coming up with that.
Yeah, they really nailed it. They did a great job. Did you ever see The Sting? That's what I was thinking about with all the bank heists we were doing, right?
Yeah.
And Die Hard and, Money Heist. There's so many movies out with this. This is a tried and true genre, So I don't know. I mean, it would have been, I think Edward had a great idea and he shot it beautifully and very economic in his camera moves and the script was solid. I mean, I could have asked for a better opportunity. It was a last minute thing too. Literally a couple of weeks before they were shooting, they invited me to come on board and I was thrilled after I read the script. I'm like, you want me to play this part? Oh yeah.
Because they knew, they probably seen your other stuff and they knew that you were the perfect casting for this role. That's how I felt.
Well, I mean, did you see the other, no, it's a trilogy, right? Have you seen the other? Yeah.
So I didn't get to see Road yet. That one I'm actually ordered it recently. So I'm going to be seeing that soon. But I'm looking forward to that one. I know there's a third one on, that's supposed to be coming out, I think sometime next year. But
right.
Either way, but this one was a great middle movie. I felt, and I got to ask you, man, what was it like working with Bruce Willis? I mean, considering,
well, let's imagine that it's you doing the scene with them instead of me. Imagine you're looking across from him, and part of you is in just complete, reverence, and the other part of you is like, well, I got a job to do, and one of my favorite things in the world is get lost in my performances and let the character sing through me. And with Bruce on the other side of the camera, it kind of made me feel like I wanted my game to be at its best,
Yeah, and that's how I felt when I saw you in Martial Law 2. You did the same thing. You came out this likable millionaire, who's into martial arts, but then you knew right after we knew your real side. You held this underground fight ring. You're doing all this corruption and all that, it totally looked like you were totally into that role. Like
that was so long ago. I remember that movie. I remember shooting it. I remember we shot that all in LA too. I mean, now that I'm off a TV show right now and I'm kind of free, I'm doing a lot of more film. I'd love to get back into that genre. I loved it. I thought that was a great genre, didn't you?
Yeah, definitely. And it's coming, slowly coming back. I mean, I could see you with the likes of Scott Adkins eventually, because he's the guy who's pretty much saved this genre in America. All his movies he's gotten this big following. So I could see you eventually doing that with him. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, maybe we'll do one together. That'd be great. Yeah.
And you had some great scenes with Bo as Casey, because Casey
isn't he wonderful?
He was like a bad guy in the first one, from what I understand. And then he's just like Bruce Willis. He's looking for redemption for himself. So he turns this like moment of impulse where he joins you, but now he sees an opportunity to infiltrate you in a way, so he
Mhm.
can get back with his family and get his freedom and correct the mistakes he made from the first film. So
There's so much conflict going with his character that I think it really helps enhance, the depth of the story.
yeah,
And he's a wonderful actor who really brings a great performance too.
yeah, I totally agree. And that's why I like characters who start out as bad guys maybe in one film, and in
Right.
the next film they find that sense of redemption, like
Right.
they're looking to redeem themselves, and
Right.
that was for him. And not just Bruce Willis as this badass cop who got in trouble for his actions, so he's getting looking for redemption to get his badge back, but Casey's character as well.
That's what's so interesting about Bruce's character in this movie, Redemption, which I think comes out December 9th, is that, he's on that precipice of, I think I can actually get him. When we have that scene in the prison, I think that he's a guy that I could pull to my side. I just need to have, and I really think I'm close. And if I do get him, then it's a huge win, because that's a soul that I need. But the fact that I'm not able to pull it off really sends the journey of the movie in a total different direction. And he understands me. He knows how dangerous I am, because he was that close to being, maybe part of my crew.
Exactly. And I like the fact that your character, you show sympathy for one supporting character at first, but then you're like, okay, just get rid of him, because you believe, you have this mission in mind. It's like you're like a god to these followers. That's how I felt.
Yeah.
For them, you're like the Christmas bomber is the god. The other guys in the suits are the followers. So
because the movement, the philosophy behind the movement is so much bigger than any one person, is the way that my character thinks,
Yeah, like your character is a former soldier, so it's like now you're the commanding officer. That's how it was. So how long did shooting take, and did you face any challenges during production? Like,
well, I mean, I just come off something else. I was shooting something else right before I came and did this. I think I was doing a movie called Bad Hombres, where I don't know if you saw No Country for Old Men. Is that the right name? And it was a terrific. I just played this killer, but it was way different. It was a subdued role, very little dialogue, all done in looks and shadows. And this character coming to play in Detective Night Redemption, playing Ricky, was an opportunity to go a complete opposite direction, because of the need for this guy to almost be a televangelist,
Yeah.
And so having the opportunity to play that out and really let it go was, I think it was building up in me from the last movie, not having a lot of dialogue and being so present in the movie. So this one really came out in a big way. But like you're saying, I had an absolute blast. The movie is a roller coaster ride. And I think that, if you love this genre, this is going to be the movie for you.
Oh, I totally agree. And especially now with the holidays, we're getting these holiday action movies, like Violent Night just came out, and it's gotten some rave. And so now
Is it doing well?
Yeah, apparently they were expecting 10 million. It got like 13. It made 13. So
terrific.
And everyone's raving about it. So I was like, I got to see this movie. So
then we'll start at 20 million. I'm sure we should 2025 for sure.
Yeah, and I think, I definitely think this should be in a double feature with Detective Night Redemption in some way, because the fact that they're both holiday action films.
Well, I'm really, really thrilled that you personally are a fan, and your very kind words for me and my career. I can tell you they touch me, and I'm really grateful and appreciative of that you would say those things to me.
Well, I'm excited because, like I said, I'm that little fanboy who watched you like so many years ago, as a preteen, and here I am talking to you now about this movie. So it's like the fanboy me's coming out, but at the same time, it's like I got to keep my stride, just keep professional. No, in a way, just do, but not over like a professional. I like to talk to people like if I'm talking about a bar or something. So,
well, anytime we can talk film, I'm your man. I love talking about it. I'm a cinephile. I like you. I could sit and talk about my movies, the ones that I love, and I'll do it for hours and hours. And a lot of them are with our man Bruce Willis, so it's easy to talk about him.
Exactly. So finally, what's next for you after this that you can talk about?
I've got some films coming out. I produced God is a Bullet, which is coming out, Nick Cassavetes' film. I also have a significant role in that movie. And I mean, I had a real busy year. I think I've done 7 films this year. So it's going to be a lot of, yeah, it's been a big year for me. A lot of stuff coming out. And some of them I'm not allowed to talk about, and some of them I'm sure I could talk about, but I don't know. I think, you know, I'm going to probably get back behind the director's chair and do another film next year. It is going to be action, and it's already been, script's been approved, and we have our financing. So I'm excited to get at it, and I'll be ready to announce that pretty soon when they let me. You know, it's always controlled.
Yeah, I hear that, and I'll definitely look out for it when it comes out. That's for sure.
Thank you.
So Detective Night Redemption will be out this Friday. Those who are going to love a good holiday action film, those who are going to miss Bruce Willis, they're going to want to see this, and those who want to see Paul doing what he does best. I swear to God, this guy's one of the best villain actors ever,
Thanks, man.
in my opinion, and he pulls it off nicely here. So, Paul, I am honored to have talked to you again, and thank you so much.
My brother, nice talking to you.
All right, take care.
You too, man.
All right, bye-bye.